Damn it. Why? Not exactly sure what the fuck happened there, but fucking shit. Alright, well, anyway, I'm probably going to have to... I don't know what the hell happened there, but I must have bumped something, or the internet might have had a hiccup. I'm not even sure what happened, but welcome back. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, I just have to edit this video and put part 1, part 2, something. I don't know. Technical difficulties, but anyway, I have this set. It's got the small driver. It's got some pry tools and all that fun stuff. I might have bumped my keyboard with this. I moved it now, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. But I got that, and then if I flip this, this is annoying. Okay, let's put it like that. Then if I flip that tab over, there's a larger driver with larger bits. So it's quite a large set here. It's like a 200 piece. It's like a 200 piece set, which is pretty awesome. And it just folds up. Just folds up like that. So yeah, that'll be nice and handy for anyway, hopefully people come back. They probably sent me some messages telling me that my stream went off. But anyway, I'm not quite sure what happened. I'm almost certain that I probably bumped the freaking enter button or control button. I can't remember what button I hit last time on that keyboard to make it take a crap on me. But I pushed the freaking keyboard over now. And yeah. Like I said, I'll just edit that and put part 1, part 2, whatever. And, because it's going to be named the same thing, I'll just put part 1, part 2. Stupid technical difficulty bullcrap. But anyway, compared to last streams. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Wasn't that the one that had all sorts of glitches and crap? Probably did hit a key. Yeah, I'm thinking it's when I unfolded the kit and the end of it hit something on the keyboard, so I'm assuming that's probably what happened. But yeah, I'm back now, so check my messages, make sure nobody's like, hey, your stream went off. But yeah, wasn't the last time, Chris, if I remember correctly, the last time it was like glitching all over to God's creation? Like, yeah, it is pretty awesome. I love it. It's really an awesome. The only thing that it doesn't have the Nintendo bits, which kind of sucks. But I do have a small kit that has. I'll show you. Not quite sure if I actually showed this small kit on stream or not, but a buddy of mine got this. It was a, like, from work, like years of service or whatever, and you get like points. Nowadays we get points and we can go into Amazon and pick out stuff. And my buddy actually got me this little tiny set here. And it doesn't look like much, but at least it has the, I mean, what do you expect? It was like 10 points, but pretty awesome. It's got the driver right here, which is it's a pretty nice driver, honestly. It's metal. Yeah. Yeah, it's a metal driver, which is pretty awesome. But it has the, try to do this without hitting the frickin' keyboard again. It has the two, if you can see these two on the end right here. This one on the very far end, that's Nintendo consoles. And then the one just on the inside is the cartridges. And I don't think it doesn't have the tri-bits. Yeah, it does. It even has the tri-bit too. That do like Game Boy games and stuff like that. But anyway, this one might be a tiny little kit compared to that one, but it does have a couple bits that one don't have. It also reminds me of a burrito, which makes me hungry. Just had tacos, so not actually hungry, but you know. But yeah, it actually at least has the Nintendo bits at least. Thank you. But yeah, it's pretty freaking. And then of course I have. You can actually get this kit at Walmart. I'm gonna take this one thing out. Here's actually a Nintendo bit. I actually have. I believe this is the console bit. A buddy gave me an extra one of. It's the bigger, let me get this sort of organized here. But there's also this kit. You can get this at Walmart. You can get this kit at Walmart. These things actually flip up. And it's a pretty good set too, but again, it doesn't have the Nintendo bits. The Nintendo bits are not too easy to find. Like, I mean, they are if you're looking for them. Like if you Google, if you go to Amazon and Google, you know, Nintendo bits or something like that, you're gonna be able to find them pretty easy. But like at stores and stuff, like Walmart or something, you're not really gonna be able to find any kit that has the Nintendo bits. But I do have that one. That's the console bit, which that'll work on that big driver I have in that blue kit, which is pretty awesome. I might actually put it with that kit somehow, somewhere. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that because it won't work on this kit anyway, because it's too, you know, this kit's, you know, it's too big. It's not going to work on that driver. Not to mention, even if it did go in there, you wouldn't get enough torque on that driver. But, hey, Mr. transaaron 38, what's up, brother? You need one of those stands with a huge magnifying glass so you can see. Yeah. What I need to do is, for now on, when I need to put a shelf up, is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get a shelf put up above my TV right here. This is kind of off topic for what you just said, Angel, but try to put a shelf up here somewhere. And then when I start my stream, I'm going to pick up this freaking keyboard and I'm going to set it up there. And it's going to stay up there. Because I'm pretty sure when I unwrapped that big-ass kit that I had. Did you see the kit I had, Aaron? You didn't see it, did you? I could show you again. Hopefully not bump the shit, but hell yeah, brother. They look awesome. I want to get that kit out again anyway to put this bit in it. But anyway, here's this. I'll show this again. It goes. The logo goes that way. I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to spell. But yeah. But I'll show you this kit again, and this is what happened last time. I opened it up, unwrapped it here, because it's like a, you know what I mean? It's like a wrap, and I must have bumped the freaking thing, but we'll see if I can do it here without bumping it this time. Here's the small bit kit. Check that out. There's a ton of bits in there. Then you got some pry tools where my right hand is, the left side of your screen, and pry tools, magnification tools, suction cups. Yeah, it kind of does. And then you got the small driver there. And then if I fold this over, where's the, okay, it's back behind. This is the larger kit, the larger, well, without that, this is the larger driver with the larger bits in it. And this is the driver that this tool should fit. Yeah. So, doesn't have a ratchet, but it does have, like, you push back on this, it's almost like a hilt of a sword. You push back on it, and then you can extend it. So you got more length to it. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, it's definitely a good kit. I'm gonna try to put this somewhere. I'll just stick it in one of these pockets here. But get it organized here again. But it's definitely a good kit. And here's the small driver. It does something similar, but you just pull back on this piece right here. You just pull back on that piece, and then it'll extend. That's for the small bits, and they're magnetized, which is awesome. Again, the only downside to this larger kit, it doesn't have the Nintendo bits. I thought it would, but it doesn't have the Nintendo bits. But the little small kit I do has the Nintendo bits, so that's pretty awesome. I was gonna buy the Nintendo bits, but I don't really need to now. I still might buy the standalone screwdrivers. Yeah, some of them are kind of messed up. Like, I've never, like, what, you ask yourself, what would I use that for, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm definitely going to do another, pickup video here, at least either this weekend or next week sometime, because I do have some more stuff that Aaron gave me, like, for instance, the Genesis and stuff. I need to clean it up, see if it works or whatever. And I might go through all of the controllers and stuff. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, because there are a few controllers. Like, there's an Xbox controller, there's PlayStation 2 controller, PlayStation 1 controller, you know, stuff like that. I definitely gonna do another pickup video aside from this to kind of show the other stuff, because there is other stuff. I just didn't put it in this video because I want this video to mostly be, you know, a live stream. So I'll probably go till 11 o'clock, which it's, by my time, it's 10 or 5 minutes after 10 right now. So it'll probably be up there. It's probably going to be an hour and 15 minutes run time before I end the video. I'm going to put I'm hoping the first half of this actually uploaded. Hopefully. If it didn't, then there's not a whole lot I can do about it. But it probably did. So I'm going to maybe even go to my phone here in a couple minutes and be able to edit that to video to number 1, and then I'll edit this to number 2. Just kind of say like, hey, here's this. Ended up being 2 parts because I had a freaking malfunction. Well, it wasn't really a malfunction if I hit the button. It was my own fault, but I'm gonna look and see if the first part of it, because the first part of that should probably be should be uploaded, but I guess we'll find out anyway. Yeah. The first one went to almost a half an hour before I screwed it up. So so I'll take this in at least an hour. I'll at least take this in an hour since I did like a half an hour. I'll take this into an hour. So there's an hour and a half. Just I wasn't planning on having 2 separate videos, but I guess it is what it is. Can't really do a whole lot about it now. Let me edit this. Let me edit the name of this one. Alright, there we go. Yeah, for sure, brother. For sure. But yeah, I went ahead and named that the first one number 1. It's like 28 minutes and something, and then I'll go an hour on this one, and once it's uploaded, I'll change it to number 2, which kind of sucks, but that's about all you can do. Can't really do much more than that. I kind of forgot about that. It's been a while since I did a live stream, so I kind of forgot all about that stupid keyboard bull crap. So try to remember next time. I should do live streams more often. Maybe I'll remember it. Easier said than done, but you know what I'm saying. Bunch of BS. Anyway, I'm going to put these consoles back away. Back where store them at here. This will fit in. Ooh, that'll actually fit in one of those. I'm gonna have to. I have to get shelves. Damn it. if I get shelves and I can take everything off of that big thing back here that's not a console and put only consoles in there, you know what I mean? Then I'll have a shelf to put other stuff. Put all the stuff that is not a video game console. Just leave that for video game consoles. Although a lot of it's not going to fit in there, but I have Xbox games and PS4 and PS2 games. Hell yeah, brother. I do appreciate all that stuff, Aaron, for sure. I know I already said that a couple times, but I do appreciate it. I got the OG Xbox hanging out here with the slim PS3, put back the original PS4 in storage. Hell yeah, brother. I got an original PlayStation 3 here. I need to get it fixed. The actual freaking the backwards compatible one. I can actually show you if you want to see it. And then I got the third model of the PS3. I don't know if you've ever seen that, Chris. It's kind of a little cheesy, but kind of alright at the same time. It's got the top that slides open, which is kind of like a... On one hand, it's like, really? You're going to cheap out like that? And on the other hand, it's like, at least you don't have to worry about a disc tray coming out and that malfunctioning, or sucking a disc in and that malfunctioning. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got the OG right here. The OG, the heavy piece of shit. It is pretty scuffed up, and the door's missing, but yeah, I hear you, Chris. Well, here's a little knowledge in case you don't know. A lot of you might already know this, but just in case you don't, if you're wanting to buy one of these backwards compatible ones, and I'm doing this because a lot of people were like, okay, this is a backwards compatible one, and they just show you pictures of it, and you're wondering, okay, how do I know if it's backwards compatible? There is a few ways to tell just by looking at the picture. First of all, you might not be able to see this, and you might be able to see it. See how glary this is? I mean, it's dirtier than hell, trust me. But do you see how reflective this part is? How reflective the bottom here and this is? That's the first thing you want to look at. It's the first thing you want to look for. If it isn't a backwards compatible one, this stuff here is going to be like a matte finish. Still going to look nice, but it's going to be like a matte finish. It's not going to be shiny at all. Second thing is, it won't have this door. And yeah, I know smart ass Chris is going to say, well, that one don't have the door either. Because it's broke off. Or just snapped off. It's not broke off, it just come off. But what I'm saying is it doesn't even have a door. It doesn't. It's just going to be a piece across there, and it won't open like this at all. It just won't be anything. It's got these card readers here. The newer ones, the non-backwards compatible ones, are not going to have these card readers here. That's another. That's another way you can tell. The third way you can tell from the pictures is right down here. There is 4 USB ports. The ones that are not backwards compatible are only going to have 2 USB ports. So if you see, this not being shiny, or there not being a door here at all, just a solid piece, or it only has 2 USB ports, then it's an old PS3, but it's not the OG backwards compatible PlayStation 3 like this one is. Even though this don't work, I'm going to get it to work. You watch. I will get this to work eventually. Mark my words on that. I do know what's wrong with it. I just don't have the tools to fix it. I need A heat gun, and B, a soldering gun. So Yeah, yep. 4 of them right there. That's the backwards compatible model only, though. I'm pretty dang sure. Look it up, but I'm pretty dang sure that only the original, the backwards compatible one had 4. So yeah. Did you see the super slim model? Like, you're saying you had the slim model, but Chris, but the PS3 that you have, does it take discs in manual? Like, you pop a disc in and it sucks it in? There's something on my lens. Yep. Does it like suck the disc in? You know what I mean? Like, do you, like this, for instance, like, do you put the disc in and it takes the disc in? Is that how your PS3 is? Oh, this thing's a beast. It's like 8 pounds or 10 pounds worth of freaking plastic metal. You gotta put some new thermal paste. Yeah, that's another thing I gotta do is put new thermal paste. For sure. Because that thermal paste in there is garbage. That is definitely probably the main thing that's wrong with that. Maybe the only thing that's wrong with it. I'm not sure. Because when you start it up, it turns on and it goes beep, 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 and then it starts flashing red. You know what I mean? Good question. It does suck the disc. Okay, so you got the middle PS3. You know what I mean? There's that one, and then there's several models of that one, obviously. And then you got the one that you have, which there are a few models of that look very similar, but they're a different model. And then you have, see if I can dig this thing out. All right, and then you have the super slim PlayStation 3. This is the 3rd model that they came out with. You hit this button on the front and it slides open like that. Oh yeah, Call of Pooty. Look at that. Call of Pooty. Call of Pooty 4. Oh yeah. Yep. Oh, really? Got a new paste job done and only lasted a year? Yeah, I believe it. Well, see, the thing that I want to do is, it might sound stupid. Maybe it won't sound stupid, but I want to get that one fixed and then not use it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get it fixed and then not use it. You know what I mean? Forgot all about this. Yeah, this is the slimmest version. Right there's the hard drive. You take that PlayStation logo out and there's a screw there. And it pops out. And then you pop the... And then you can pop the hard drive out. But in a way, I'm thinking of this thing as, man, they really cheaped out on this. It's kind of stupid, but at the same time, it's not bad. Like, it's a lot more reliable than the other PlayStation 3s were. It doesn't heat up as much. And you don't have to worry about the disk drive. You know what I mean? It's right there. Like, just pop the disc out. I mean, right there it is. You don't have to worry about it. The mechanics of the gears that suck the disc in, or you don't have to worry about the mechanics of the tray that pops out, or nothing. It's just hit this button. There you go. You don't even have to hit the button. You can just push it over, but you know, it's cooler to hit the button, I guess. But yeah, that's the super slim. It's just pretty cool. I just hit the button again by mistake that time. Well, yeah, that's the super slim. I'm gonna put my other chair back where it is. I hate putting that there though, because it like blocks stuff, you know. I'm gonna spin it around here so you can still kind of see. There we go. That's better. You can still kind of see my shelf over here. But yeah, it's come right. Game room's come right along. It really is. I'm getting a lot more stuff in here now. And don't have a ton of games, but you know, I'll get those eventually. Just why I got the which is why I got the EverDrives. I got 2 of the EverDrives now for TurboGrafx 16 and the Mega Drive. Did you see my Mega Drive or my Master System, Chris? I don't think you saw. I don't think you tuned in when I showed my Master System. Hey, girly, how's it going? Oh, no worries. Kind of glad you are late though, because my other stream, I accidentally hit a freaking button. It only went for a half an hour, and it got kicked off because I'm an idiot. And then, so I'm going to go for another hour here, hour and a half maybe. But here's the Master System, Chris. I don't know if you ever seen one of these or not, but I got the. It's like an EverDrive, and there's a little. You see right there is the little micro SD card with all the games on it. So I don't ever actually have to take this out, but to show you. I actually do have one game for it, but it also takes game cards, which there isn't too many of them that slot in here, like the TurboGrafx 16. But I did get the TurboGrafx 16 back too, Chris. It's up here, and I got an EverDrive for it too, so I can play whatever game I want for that. Whatever game I want to play for the TurboGrafx 16, whatever game I want to play for the Master System, I can play on actual hardware, which is awesome. And I've been getting them on AliExpress. I've been getting them on that. And when I get some extra money, I'm going to probably buy the other ones. I'm going to buy a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis. At least those 3. The N64 one's pretty expensive, but I'll probably get that one eventually too. But there's an N64 one as well. And then that's kind of it, because everything else is like disc-based, you know, you can't really... I don't know if they make a 32X one, but it probably wouldn't be beneficial to buy a 32X one, but because I didn't make a whole lot of 32X games, so it would kind of be pointless to get one of them. But the best money I spent on it EverDrive though was for that TurboGrafx 16. Look up games for the TurboGrafx 16 once. It's ridiculous. I mean ridiculous. I'll give you for instance here. It's ridiculous. Let's see. And I actually have. Well, the game I'm going to show you here that's on eBay for sale for the TurboGrafx 16. I actually have the game, like, you know, because of the, you know, the EverDrive, not the actual game, obviously. But I actually have the game. I'm gonna have to turn my yeah. But check out how much this game is. Check how much they want for this. Let me get my face out of the way. Maybe it'll focus. It's called Magical Chase. I don't know if it's ever going to actually focus, but yeah. It's called Magical Chase. But I'll try to zoom in on the price. Let's see. Let me, there it goes. I'll try to zoom in on the price. Look at the price of that damn thing. $6,000 fucking dollars. Like, there we go. It's kind of focusing now a little bit. $6,000. Screw that, right? I can go. Now it's really screwing up. I can go right now though, and I can play that game. This is the U.S. version of it. The Japanese version is like $1,500, which is still bad, but yeah, it's exactly it. And I paid, what was it, $80? I paid about $80 for the, or wait a minute. What did I pay for that? $60? I'll say $60, around $60 for the EverDrive for it. So that was definitely a worthwhile investment, to say the least. Because, yeah. Because that's ridiculous. And that's the most expensive game you could buy, but there's still $500 games all day long, $1,000 games. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, he's probably not going to find a buyer. But, I don't know. He might, because there's idiots out there. But, it's a sucker born every minute, as they say. But, chances are he's going to sit on that for a while. Because nobody's going to want to buy it. Even if it is worth that, no one's going to buy it because, like, say I was a millionaire. Okay, say I was a millionaire. That's not a good example, but say I had plenty of money to buy it. I'm sorry, girlie. Happy New Year. Sorry, I just now seen that you said Happy New Year. Sorry. If you're still in here. Happy New Year. Hope you had a great one. But say like I had enough money to buy that, I still wouldn't do it because what else can you buy for that? You could buy a vehicle for that. Or you could buy, you buy that. I don't buy stuff to like hang it on the wall and say, here you go. Now, with the exception of like figures and stuff like that, but I don't buy a $6,000 item and then just hang it up on the wall or say, hey, look what I got. No, I'll put them in the freaking console and I'll play them. So who's going to spend $6,000 for that and then wear it out and it won't play anymore? And then it's worth nothing if it doesn't play. I mean, it's probably still worth something, but it's not worth hardly anything if it doesn't play. So it's just not, nah. It's a dick measuring contest is all it is. Like, oh, look what I got. Oh, look what I got. Who cares? Who cares? You're an idiot. That's what it shows, Unless you're a multi-millionaire, you can't justify buying something like that. It's ridiculous. Do I have $6,000 worth of stuff in here? Yeah, definitely. More than that. But still, it's multiple things in a collection. I mean, I paid $66. To give you a little perspective on this, that game is $6,000. I only spent $600 more for this shed. This shed cost me $6,600. Now, that wasn't with the walls and stuff. I put the walls up. I insulated and put the walls up myself, which cost more money. But the shed, with the electricity in it, which I could have done myself too, but it was like a $500 option. I'm like, whatever, throw it in there, But it has the building, studded out building, obviously, with the electric running through it, including the breaker box over here. $6,600. Only $600 more than that game. Which would you buy? A shed or a piece of plastic freaking game cartridge? It's a pretty easy decision, right? Okay, let's see. And that seller really think. Okay. Hey, rich people spend $6K on some freaking sock. Yeah, you got a point there, girlie. But yeah, that's puts you a little bit in perspective right there. Not to mention my Jeep, I spent $6,000 on it, a little over $6,000 for my Jeep. So, what do you think is more worthwhile investment? A piece of plastic you stick in a console, or something you can get back and forth to work with? Yeah, come on now. No thanks. But that puts it in perspective as it was definitely worth the money to buy that. If that EverDrop was $300, it was worth every penny because I can play every single game that was ever put out for the console, which is around 340 some games, roughly. But yeah. So, and there's only like maybe a handful of them that are affordable. Like there's maybe 5 or 6 games that are in like the $10 to $20 range, and the rest of them are $200, $400, $1,000, $1,500, and up. Like, no thanks. Now the worst one would be the 3D, or not the 3DO, but the shucks. I did have the Panasonic 3DO and I loved it. It was slower than dog crap though, but I loved it. And that was one I'd like to get back, but not the 3DO. What the hell is the other one? Not the TurboGrafx, not the 3DO. What the heck is the other one? That has the huge freaking game cartridges. I'm not sure if anybody knows what I'm talking about. I'll think about it here in a minute, but that one is crazy. That one's a crazy console too. The cartridges are literally like that. I mean, like, I don't even know what to show you in perspective of how big, how big they are, but they're huge. They're big black cartridges, and they're like this big. Like, they're crazy. And they're like dual layered. Like the boards inside, there's like Neo Geo, thank you. There's 2 boards in them. Yeah. If you open them up, there's, normal ones have 1 board. These have 2 boards. And they're that freaking huge. And they're expensive as hell. The console's expensive as hell. The games are expensive as hell. That would be another one worth getting an EverDrive for if it exists. I'm not sure if it does or not. But yeah, I'm not even touching the Neo Geo unless I go to a yard sale somewhere and it's like, oh, this is a video game console. I'll sell it to you for $20. I'm like, yeah, sold. I just like, oh, I don't even know what that is, but I'll try it out. Just what the hell. And then take it home and be like, Neo Geo! These people are idiots! Don't even know what it is. But chances of that happening are pretty slim because thanks to Google Glass, you can just take a damn picture of it and be like, yeah, Neo Geo, it's worth $4,000. And it probably is. Which is ridiculous, but it probably is. And then the cartridges are crazy. I don't think there is a cheap cartridge for that. There might be, but there's not too many cheap cartridges. Imagine a box for that thing. It's probably as big as my freaking TV screen. The TV screen that I currently looking at. Not obviously the one hanging on the wall, but it's probably as big as a 32-inch freaking TV screen. Or this is 20-inch or whatever, but yeah. Freaking huge. But anyway, there are some expensive consoles, that's for dang sure. And games. That's for damn sure. But I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting there. There's a few game consoles I like to get fixed, but like I said, I don't have a heat gun. I used to have a heat gun, but it got a little too hot in the fire, if you know what I'm saying. And I don't have a soldering gun. And I can solder, but I can't, I don't want to try repairing an HDMI port because I'll probably screw it all up. But I want to get in some practice. I want to get an actual soldering gun kit eventually, if I can ever afford one. Not even sure how much they cost. I'm sure there's cheap ones, but I'm sure it's just like anything else. You don't want to get the cheapest one. You don't want to get the cheapest one, and you can't afford the most expensive one, so you just got to be somewhere in the middle. Find some, common ground with the price and get a decent one, and then, yeah. But I'll eventually get one and dabble one out a little bit. I got a good bit of consoles that don't work. I can practice on, that's for damn sure. But yeah, the Neo Geo was the first time. It wasn't the first home console. That was obviously Atari or something, or there's a couple before Atari, but they're really not well known. But they're the first major console to come out that was like an arcade cabinet. And what was cool is I don't know if anybody remembers the Neo Geo cabinets, arcade cabinets. They're still around, but they're pretty rare. They actually had a card slot in them. Not exactly sure how big the card was because I've never seen one actually in person. But they actually had a card slot in the arcade machine, and then your home console also had one in. So you could literally pull the card out of your home console, which was like a memory card, and you could take it to the arcade, plug it into the arcade machine, and it was like a memory card. You could pick up where you left off and vice versa. It was pretty rad. Like, it was pretty awesome, but expensive as crap. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know why I sugarcoated that, because my channel is 18 plus, so I mean, it's expensive as hell. But anyway, yeah, it was. Still is. I mean, if you manage to find an arcade cabinet, I don't even want to know what the price for that would be. It would be ridiculous, is what it'd be. But I don't have, I don't have the kind of, I don't have enough zeros in my bank account to even go looking for one. Nor would I probably want one if I found it, because where would I put it, first of all? But I would like to get like an empty cabinet though one of these days and find room somewhere here to put it, and do another cabinet up like I had before. It was pretty awesome, but one of these days maybe. I'll see. But maybe. But anyway, we're actually coming up on an hour already, so that's pretty crazy. I might go for an hour and a half. We'll see how it goes. I already went for half an hour, so I was going to go for an hour on this, but if it runs over a little bit, whoop-de-doo. But, no big... Do want to get to bed before midnight, though, because, like I said, I need to go... Don't need to get up real early tomorrow, considering the fact that I get up at 4:30 to go to work, so it doesn't get a whole lot earlier than that, but, except for maybe if you're a firefighter or a farmer. I remember when I was helping on the farm, it would be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. But those days are over. But I definitely got to get to bed before noon. Noon, the other noon, midnight. 12 a.m., not 12 p.m. Gets a little confusing if you're not paying enough attention. It's not confusing, but it's... You know what I'm saying? If you have a brain fart, like I do sometimes, it might get a little confusing until you think about it. But anyway, wanted to get to bed at least before midnight so I can get a little bit of sleep because of the food drop and all that fun stuff. I want to make sure I help out there. But here's a freaking beast. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this. You got the original Xbox that came out. I still don't know what model mine is because the model number is worn off. It's just on a sticker for some stupid reason. I don't know why there's not like an engraving that can't wear off, or at least take years to wear off. But it's got a dumb sticker on it. But now that I got a controller and stuff, I can actually get in there. I think I can find the model number in the system itself. But originally, if anybody remembers when the Xbox first came out, it came out with what they call the Duke controller. For some reason, this guy on the internet, I was going to buy one, but I was like, I'm just not going to do it because a buddy of mine's going to sell me the S controller, which is a smaller version of the controller, and it actually, you know what I mean, it's more affordable, plus it's better in the hand. But I actually have this one. I have a Duke controller in my hand right now, but it's I gotta take it apart first of all and find out what that rattling is, because I hate rattling controllers. But it's obviously not gonna work to do anything, because when I got it, someone had the cable cut off of it. I don't know why people cut cables off stuff, whether they work or not. But look how big this damn thing is. And I don't have huge hands by any means, but got kind of medium-sized hands. But look how big that thing is. Like, that's ridiculously huge. That's what she said. But anyway, just not to me. But it doesn't really say the Duke here. But anyway, the guy on the internet had the, what was it? The Judge controller. I was like, Judge? It's like, I need to send my friend a message and say, man, I found somebody selling the Judge Xbox controller, and he'll be like, what the hell is that? Exactly. Because it's called the Duke, not the Judge. I don't know. Whatever. I knew what he meant, just from the picture alone. But that was the original Nintendo, the original Xbox controller. That thing's huge. Yep, the Duke. Yeah, that thing is huge, isn't it? But you know, it's not the Judge, it's the Duke. But anyway, when I get the other controller, because I have the S series coming Monday. I'm going to be picking it up, and I'll show you. I'll do a video on the size comparison of it. But obviously, this one's not going to get used anytime soon, because some idiot cut it off. Must be a prototype. Yeah. But obviously, I can't use this controller because some idiot cut the cord off of it. But I kept it just for the hell of it, you know, because I think it's cool. You know, I mean, all the buttons click. Well, sort of. The X button is a little stupid, but anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to be using it anyway. But I'll do a size comparison with this one and the S controller. I do want to get one of these Dukes and have a working Duke. That would be awesome. But this guy was selling it for $25. I was going to buy it because that's a steal for a Duke, or in his case, the Judge. Okay, that's the last time I'll say that. But anyway, that's a steal for it, honestly, if it works, because it had the breakaway cable and everything to it, so you can connect it. But I don't know. He was spending 20. He was charging me 20. Going to charge me 25 for that. I was gonna have to drive like 45 to 49, almost an hour. Get close, somewhere between 45 and an hour, 45 minutes and an hour, one way, and buy this. And a buddy of mine is selling me the S controller for $5. So, and the S controller I'm buying is going to be black, but I can't really show you now, but I'll show it in a later video, because I'm going to do a video on it. Probably tearing it apart and actually doing it. I'm sure he'll probably say, oh, it's got a little scuff mark up here, because the picture of the controller he's selling me has a little scuff mark. I'll be like, I don't care. I'm going to be changing that anyway. Because the idiot that cut all these cables off of these controllers that my sister, who might still be on here, might not, I'm not sure, and my cousin got me, brought to me, he at least kept the controllers, and I have at least definitely three sets, maybe 4 sets of the casings for blue one, like the clear blue controllers. And I disassembled all of the controllers that the cords were cut off and threw the innards away and kept all the shells. So I'll be able to turn it into a clear blue shell, which is going to be badass. Because then when I get other ones, I can just have 3 or 4 of them. I know I have 3, but maybe 4, but I'm not sure. But I'll be able to turn them into the translucent blue ones, which is going to be badass. But I'll do a size comparison on it when I get it, and I'm going to tear this one apart anyway, because I don't know if that's a screw or a broken piece of plastic. It sounds metal. To me, it sounds like it might be metal in there. Like a loose screw or something. I got a screw loose, so I can't really say much. And then I also got it's a little memory unit. The Xbox has its own hard drive in it. I think it's only like an 8 gigabyte, which is laughable nowadays. When that first came out, it was probably state of the art. Oh, 8 gigabytes, holy crap! But now it's like, what's 8 gigabytes? You know what I mean? Nothing. You know, but it's got this little memory unit. I don't know if it'll focus, but probably not. But anyway, it says Xbox memory unit. It's got pin number, the voltage, which I don't know why, because I don't know what else you would plug this into that would put too much voltage to it. Serial number, stuff like that. Made in China, which is no surprise. And it just kind of, there's actually 2 slots. And then, I'm not quite sure what in the hell this is, but at first I thought it was like a headphone jack, but it's too small. Maybe there are smaller, because when pretty much everybody watching me, and myself included, think of a headphone jack, I'm thinking of a 2.5 millimeter headphone jack, the ones you plug into the old phones and iPods and stuff like that. But there is a smaller one. I'm not sure what the measurements are on that, but I think that's probably what this one is. But I'm not sure. It's got a button on it. I'm not sure exactly what it does. It says DC. I don't know if it's probably someone's initials. I don't even know. But it plugs into the card slot as well. It's kind of, I don't even know. I'd have to look that up. I'm not even sure. And it's actually got a volume rocker on the side. I just now really kind of realized. So I'm assuming it's probably, yeah, it's headphones. I see a little headphone logo up there. I don't know if the camera can pick it up very well, but there's a headphone logo up there. But I'm pretty sure, if I even could find something with a headphone jack on it, that the headphones are not going to plug into it. Try this. You won't be able to see it, but no. Trust me, the 2.5 millimeter headphone jack will not plug into it. So it must be the smaller headphone jack that they had, which they probably don't even make it. You can probably find them, but why? Why would you? I don't understand why you would. I mean, maybe for privacy. I don't know. Plug it in there, put your headphones on, like a headset. But you know, you're not gonna be playing. Let's face it, you're not gonna be playing online with the original Xbox anyway anymore, because those servers have long since went away. So, but it was probably state of the art at the time. But yeah, that drives me nuts. I'm gonna put this controller down now before it drives me nuts. But I'm gonna have to tear that apart and get whatever the rattling sound is out of it. But yeah, 8 gigabytes, holy crap. Yeah, it's back in that, it was probably like, holy crap, 8 gigabytes. But the actual modded one that I had a 250 gigabyte. And I could do that to that one too. I'm gonna take it. I had to take it apart to change the internal battery in it. Haven't bought an internal battery. It's a 2032. Yeah, it's a 2032, which is a really easy battery to find. Don't get me wrong, but the last couple Dollar Generals I went to, they only had a 4-pack. And I don't need 4 of them, let's face it. Like, I only need 1. So, which means the other 3 are just going to take a crap somewhere. I'm going to spend $12 for 1 battery, because the other 3 are going to be half dead, or 3/4 of the way dead before you ever even use them. So what's the point, you know? I'll wait until like 2 or 3 people I know's key fobs take a crap, and then I'll buy that pack and say, here you go, here you go, here you go. And then I'll put one in there. You know what I mean? Or find a 2-pack. I could probably find one at Walmart, which I was there and didn't even think about it. But that just seems to be the case, though. Every time you go to a store, you're like, do I need something? Okay, I think I got everything. And then you get home, and an hour later, you're like, should have got some batteries. No. I'll probably order it online, to be honest. I'm not in a hurry for it, so it's an internal battery to a console that you can no longer get on the internet for anyway. Do I really even need to replace the internal battery? Probably not. I do want to take that one out, though, so it doesn't corrode in there. But I do want to look at it to see what model it actually is, because the earlier models were really known. All the models were known for capacitors going bad. Obviously, capacitors go bad in everything, no matter what the hell it is, especially if it's old. But the earlier models were known for exploding capacitors, and if that happens, it pretty much destroys your console. It's worthless. Just basically a giant paperweight. That's basically all it is. But I feel confident that I could change capacitors. But again, I don't have a soldering gun, so that's not going to work. So I definitely got to get a solder gun at some point. And I might even start do some videos of soldering and stuff. And I want to learn from somebody. You know what I mean? I want to find somebody that will teach me. I can look on the internet. I can watch YouTube videos and it'll help. But you can kind of self-teach yourself, and to a point, you know what I mean? So it's kind of... But I definitely want to try to get into doing some of that, and then start doing some more extensive stuff. I do have my nephew's Xbox here, and I can't fix it either. I think it's a timing chip issue. Possibly the timing chip issue, or possibly the HDMI port lost a solder point somewhere. It's turning on, it just isn't putting anything on the screen. So I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with it, but I know that it's beyond my capability, mostly because I don't have the tools to do it with. So I'm not going to really tear it apart until I at least know I have the tools to do it with. So it'll come on and everything, it just won't read the discs and stuff. Or no, I don't think it comes on at all, does it? No, it doesn't come on. It comes on, but it doesn't project anything on the screen. So yeah. And then I have a Xbox. The Xbox is really strange because you got like the original Xbox, which they don't call original Xbox. They just call it the Xbox. Then you got Xbox 360. Then you got Xbox One. Huh? And then, but not only you got the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, and the Xbox One X. And then you got the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X. It's like, really? Can you make it more complicated? Like, hey, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in, buddy. Haven't talked to you for a while. I thought you've been making comments on my videos a lot. I appreciate that. Appreciate you watching them, no matter how boring they may be. But appreciate it. I do. I appreciate everybody that watches my videos, and even if you don't like them, I mean, it's a view. I mean, if you come in and watch it for a couple minutes, and counts as a view, so whatever. But yeah, it's good to see you, buddy. It's good to see you, brother, for sure. But hope you had a great Christmas and Happy New Year. Not sure if you celebrate, that stuff. Some people don't, and that's great. But I mean, that's not, I mean, it's, it is what it is. If you do, you don't. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But I like saying it anyway. Just, I'm in North Carolina visiting my mother. Then January 14th, I'm heading to Canada. Cool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I hope you have a great trip. Make sure you stay safe, buddy. Stay safe, because I'm not just saying about, like, crazy people, which there's plenty of those, but road conditions and weather and all kinds of fun stuff. Just stay safe out there, brother, and get home safe. But yeah, I definitely want to get, like I was saying, I kind of have a spot to work on stuff. Another thing I'd like to get would be like a clip-on light. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but they got like a giant clamp that clamps onto something, and it's like a pull down and there's a bulb in it. Or I think they make LED ones by now, I'm sure, but I've never seen one. Awesome. Hell yeah. That would be fun. I would definitely like to take a train ride, like a long train ride one day. That'd be neat. My cousin lives in Jersey. Yeah, yeah. One of my cousins lives in Jersey. A couple of them used to, but her sister now lives in Pennsylvania. But I still have a cousin that lives in Jersey Shore. But yeah, like I said, I have a place to work on stuff, but I need a light and I need like a heat gun, soldering kit. I have solder, just don't have a soldering gun, if that makes sense. But I think if I get like a soldering kit, I'll probably get some solder with it too. So sound keeps going in and out. Really? That seems like probably about the time to let me check that out. But yeah, it's that seems like probably about the time to what in the world? Check that out. But yeah, it's control tab now before it drives me nuts. I'm gonna have to tear that apart, get whatever the rattling sound is out of it. But yeah, 8 gigabytes. Holy crap! Yeah, it's it. Well, it might be because I'm moving around too. This microphone. If I stay up here like this, it usually tends to be better. But stopping. I live in Edison. Stopping in to say hi. Hey, Mr. Todd, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you stopping in. Hasn't been doing it long. Just started when I said something. I'm about ready to jump off anyway. A few more minutes here, but if you just jumped in, or like if you like Todd and yeah, and I'm not even gonna begin to figure out what exactly how you say your name there, buddy, but the one that said about going on the train and all that stuff, you know, that guy, that real long word right there. I'm sure I could figure it out. It's probably not that difficult to figure out if I look at it good enough, but I got dyslexia, so that doesn't help. But I actually did this video. I actually started it a while ago, but it went for like 28 minutes, and I showed my toolkit or whatever. I like to watch it over to see exactly what point it went out. I opened it up, and I'm pretty sure I hit my keyboard and took it out, and it hit a button, and it took it out. So then I started to back up. So I named it number 1, and I'll rename this in number 2 once it's uploaded. And yeah, let's see. Well, if you ever get up to Jersey, you have to let me know. If you ever get up to Jersey, you have to let me know. It's French. Yeah, I figured it was probably wasn't like, I figured it was probably a language that I'm not familiar with. So do you live in Jersey? Is that what you mean? I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Oh. I don't know how well that came across the camera, but wow. Anyway. Jersey's not really that far from me, so, I mean, I probably will one of these days. I'd like to get over there to see my cousin. I haven't seen her for quite a while. So, okay, cool. So you're not that far away from me. You're a little ways, but not too far. But, yeah, it's... You get to Jersey then. Hell yeah, Chris. Might just have to stop by and pick you up when you're on my way. Take a little road trip. I do want to take some road trips here and there. But, definitely have some road trips in mind for sure. But yeah, is it still doing the whole fading in and out crap? Like call that the Randy Savage, the Randy Travis syndrome. He used to do it on purpose. He'd get down real high, and he'd get down. My pap used to hate that. Every time he'd come on, he'd be like, "Oh no, here we go again." He used to despise, not necessarily despise him as a person, but the way he talked, he couldn't handle it. It's doing fine for you now. Okay, that's good. But yeah, I'm not sure why crap like that it does that. I don't know if it's. I know if I go over here, like if it sounds like I'll keep talking and I'll go over here, and you'll see what I mean. But if I go over here, a lot of times it dies down like right over here because it doesn't pick up. You see what I'm saying? Is that what it sounded like basically? Where it's still cutting out for me. I wonder why. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Might be internet connection. I don't know. That's weird. It happens weird. I'll have to go back and watch this video here tomorrow or whatever once I get back from the food drop and stuff and see whether it does it on my, you know what I mean, whether it does it on the video with my internet and all that fun stuff. But I'm probably going to jump off here anyway because yeah, it's 11 o'clock now, and I want to, it takes me at least an hour to get to bed half the time, so definitely want to get to bed by 12 just to, like I said, I don't have to get up real early, but I have to get up sort of early to go do the food drop. I need to spend some more time making more. Hell yeah. I made some videos walking on. Oh, that's cool, yeah. I'll definitely have to check some. Am I subscribed to you? I'm not sure if I am or not, but I'll have to check and make sure. Because if I get on my phone, it's easier. I can just hit the little thing, you know, where you see the icons of like all of the you know, like the logos and shit, you know. Not shit, but you know what I mean. All the logos and stuff, like the little round circles with and you can hit that and it'll show you who's all subscribed to you, and then it'll show whether you're subscribed to them or not. And I usually go in there and I'll subscribe to most people, you know, even if they don't have a channel, just, you know, out of respect for that they've subscribed to me. So, I made some videos. Let's see. Yeah, I love you too, girlie. Good night. Have a good night. But, been enjoying making AI videos. Yeah, I like some of those AI videos. Some people take those AI videos way too far, and make it like, oh, look at this. They seem to found the Sasquatch over here, blah, blah, blah. And you know it's fake, but, and they're cool videos, don't get me wrong, by any means, they're cool, but, like, people are trying to pass them off as real, and that's when it gets stupid, you know what I mean? Like, dude, we know it's fake. Like, come on, dude. Like, you know, like the one. And they're funny. Some of them are funny. Like, this old guy sitting on his porch with his pet bear, and this, like, cougar comes up to attack him, and the bear chases him off. I'm like, really? Like, this is so fake. It's cool, and some of them are funny, and it, you know, they're cool to watch, a lot of them, but don't try to pass it off as real, you know what I mean? Like, and some of them look pretty real, you know, which is pretty cool too. So, you know, it's like, I do think Sasquatch. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that I believe in the Sasquatch or I don't believe in the Sasquatch, but like, a lot of these videos, you know, they're not, you know what I mean? You just know they're not real. They're just like, look right there. And like, people don't even react to it. So, you know, it's not really in the video. You know what I mean? You know, it's not really in the picture because if someone actually saw one walk by, someone's going to react to it. You know, it's just human nature to react to it, you know. But it's like, you know, shit washing up on the beach and stuff. And it might be something actually washed up on the beach and people are looking at it, but it's not like a dragon or whatever the hell they have, you know, portrayed in the video. Again, they look cool as shit, but you can just tell they're fake. You know what I mean? Like, and they're trying to pass them off as real. Like, don't try to pass them off as real. Just say, check this video out, and I'll be like, oh, that's cool, you know. But, you know, it's just too much AI, you know what I mean? Like, I can't say too much AI. I don't think you can ever get too much AI, but just the way some people use it, it's like, you know what I mean? Some people know how to use it, some people don't, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm going to jump off here, and hope everybody had a great Christmas and Happy New Year, and hope everybody stay safe out there. I listen to what lurks beneath conspiracy theory channels. See, that's kind of something else I can't say that that none of the conspiracy theories are completely stupid or anything like that, but there are some that I'm like, that I hear and I'm like, really? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes people take that a little too far too, you know what I mean? Like, some of them might actually be true, you know, and they're interesting, and then other ones are just like, really? Just like, maybe by the spring. Great stream, brother. Yeah, I'm going to try to, brother, for sure. It's been a while since I did a live stream. I figured I had the time, I may as well do one. And, of course, the holidays, you know, kind of puts a damper on, you know, trying to get some videos done a lot of times, too. Ones like Flat Earth are just wacky on its face. Yeah, like Flat Earth, I don't get that one either. If that's what you believe, that's fine, but like, don't try to push it off on me, because it's not, the Earth is not flat. Sorry. It might look flat to us because, you know, there's somewhat level areas and stuff, but nah. All these AI challenges for Avengers Doomsday are so bad. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some really good ones, and people that know how to do it, you know, truly know how to do it, are like, they look awesome, and a lot of them are awesome, and I'm glad it exists. But then on the other hand, people are using it for stupid crap, you know what I mean? Like, that, you know, that's not even real, like, not even, and most of the time you can tell aren't real, but at least it should look cool and be something cool, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, I'll go ahead and jump off here. I'm glad everybody can stop in and check out the stream, and grateful for all of you. And again, remember, 800 subscribers, going to be doing a giveaway, and it's getting a lot closer. Still got a ways to go, but what, 29? Last time I checked, I got about 29 subscribers to go. Which, you know, doesn't sound like a lot, but it's going to take a while to get there, I'm sure. But, and if you're watching this video now and you're not subscribed, all you have to do is be subscribed to participate in the giveaway. That's the only thing you need to do. And to stick around to see if you win, you know. Like, if you lose in the tournament, then obviously you can just leave. But as long as you're winning in the tournament, stay in the tournament, you know. And I'll go over this. Everybody in this stream probably pretty much knows exactly how it goes with the giveaways. You've probably been in one or seen one. But when it gets closer to the time, I'll definitely give you all the info on how it works, and the stipulations only, you know, that's the only two stipulations. You need to be subscribed, and you need to stick around as long as your character hasn't lost. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it, and glad to see everybody here again. And thank you for all your support, for sure. And let's make this year even better than last year if we can't, you know. You never know. Never know what this year brings. So hopefully it brings good stuff for everybody. So thanks for watching, everybody. And until next time, I'll meet you right back here in the Oasis.